Medical records and disability benefits. Recently interviewed one of our members, Mary, who was approved in 5 months, and she shared some of her key insights to getting approved, one of which was managing the medical record process. So that interview will be below this, but I'm going to expand on that and explain the process and provide you 4 tips for managing your medical records through the disability process to increase your chances of getting approved. Okay? So if you're just starting out in applying for disability, your initial application goes into the system and you list your doctors. Let's say you have 10 doctors. Social Security gets them, they go, okay, 10 doctors. We're going to request medical records from all of those doctors. We're going to look at them to see if your conditions support your qualification for disability. So they send out all the requests to the doctors, and they don't always come back, meaning that the doctors don't get them, they don't respond to them. So if you have 10 doctors and only 5 of the sets of medical records are back, you have an incomplete file. Difficult for Social Security to make a decision, and your case could get denied. That's what you want to avoid. So here's some tips that you can use to make sure that all 10 of those come back. You're assigned a Social Security disability caseworker that you'll get confirmation that your case is being worked on. This is what commonly happens. And it has their name on it. And you can work with them and say, okay, I have 10 doctors. How many do you have? What do you need? Follow up once a week to make sure that the medical records are back. This is a big help because you're making their job easier. And if they're saying, okay, well, I'm missing medical records 5 through 10, then you get on the phone to your doctor and say, listen, this was sent out by Social Security. It's critically important that I get these medical records back. If you cannot deliver them, can I come by and get them and assist in the process? Usually, if you put a little pressure on your doctors and explain the reason why, which they should already know, that will help them out. So work with your representatives, follow up with the doctor. These aren't really in perfect order, but if you receive a notice that says we're trying to get this medical evidence and we cannot, make sure you respond to that right away. Or if you get phone calls. Some of you have had cases denied because your voicemail is full and Social Security's tried to reach you. Not good. If you're using a Social Security disability representative, attorney or non-attorney, understand what their commitment level is to support you in this area. Not many disability representatives, in my experience, will actually collect the medical records because Social Security does, but maybe you have one that will do that and you can work with them in this process. The other option, last one, is to provide your medical records. And this is pros and cons to it, because if you provide the medical records, Social Security can say that we didn't get all the medical records during this time. Maybe they wanted 18 months and they only received 12. So, you know, in my opinion, there's pros and cons to that. But they're also, the pro is, if you come in and these are your medical records and you walk into an office and you lay down your medical records, then you get a receipt, you know that they're delivered and they're there. Or you fax them, or you work out some other mode of communication, then you can control the process. So anyway, this is critically important, again, because it's evidence-based to prove that you're disabled. Social Security needs to look into your file and see that you have conditions that have limitations that prevent you from working. So do this part. It'll make a big difference in your disability approval process. And of course, we would love to hear your comments. Did it work? Did it not work? Do you have anything to add? And if you know of anybody else that's going through the process and facing these challenges, send this video out to them. Tell them to come get a membership here at the Disability Digest. They can sign up. They get a disability approval course. They get somebody to talk to that's an advocate here that can show them how to use the course and our strategy and increase their chances of getting approved. Thank you for your time and attention. It's been Brian Therrien. Make it a great day.